Hey, third time's a go. Number one, I really need a haircut. Number two, I'm going to talk about some Nesby 50 conference stuff. And number three, I'm going to try giving some general advice, even though I don't like doing that, but I'll get into that in a couple of minutes. So number one, I need a haircut. Not much else to say there. I hope to get one before I go off to Chicago for the Nesby 50 conference. Number two, speak of Nesby 50, uh, I've been preparing for that. Looking at my resume a bit, trying to connect with recruiters, and the idea of connecting to recruiters before even going to the event is just seeing, they're going to be Chicago, so maybe I can have an in-person conversation. I also want to try to get into the hospitality rooms. I believe that's what they're called. Basically, they're rooms for specific companies where you can just meet with them, eat some of their food, try and connect with, because it's going to be a small number of people that are, it's going to be a smaller percent of people. Not everyone in the conference is going to be in that hospitality room, so you have a closer chance, you have a better chance of getting to know people, recruiters, and hopefully you can get an interview there, and hopefully you can get an internship or a full-time offer, whatever it is. Um, so that's number two. Number three, and this is more important. I've been trying for every career fair. What I've done so far is I've had these QR codes, these wooden QR codes where it has like my LinkedIn or GitHub, and the idea is just a way to say, okay, this is a really quick and easy way to connect with me because I don't want if I tell you to type out this name or if you have to do it, it puts this level of inconvenience. If there's a level of inconvenience and you're a really busy person, you're probably not going to do it. Another thing is just show that like I'm really interested in building stuff. So it's another way to show off my personality, and it's also another way to kind of just stand out in a crowd of in a large crowd of people. Because like, oh dang, this is a physical thing I'm going to think about because I usually don't see this. So this is actually the 2.0 version. The first version, unfortunately, I use a dynamic QR code, and basically what that means is that before taking when you scan a QR code, you go to a website, but before taking you to the website, a dynamic code redirects you to another website, which is the company's website, and they do some stuff there, and they take you to the main website. The problem with that though is that the dynamic QR code I use for the 1.0 version, 1.0 version, required a subscription. I didn't want to pay the subscription, so the 1.0 versions no longer work. And it sucks because I left some of them over at like companies I visited. I think I left them like Google and Gecko Robotics, really cool companies. But nonetheless, I have the 2.0 version. What I'm thinking of doing for 3.0 or maybe like another series of it is using NFC tags. NFC tags are near field communication. So basically the idea is like it's think of a smaller sticky note or sticker, and you place your phone near it, and then it basically takes you to it communicates some data to your phone, and that can do some stuff. So maybe it can give you the Wi-Fi, maybe it can take you to another website, right? I think it's a cool way to another way to stand out. It's obviously not as cool as this, but it's much easier. And something I've been thinking about for a couple of years now. I remember what my uncles told me about. I was like, dang, let's look into this. I never did. So now taking that step a couple of years later, I think will be cool to do. And I'm excited. I ordered a couple 50, and it should be coming tomorrow. So I want to try using them, see how I can utilize them for the career fair. I actually don't know how I'm going to use them yet because I'm thinking, should I use it for like GitHub or LinkedIn, even though I already have this, or should I think of another way to show off myself? Maybe um, I don't even know. Maybe like using them for projects. Maybe I could show them, take them to a project of mine so they can look at it. But like all of the projects I do build don't work on phones, so I have to think about that. But moving on, general advice stuff. When it comes to Project Phillips, this is gonna sound weird, but I actually don't like giving advice. 'Cause I always think of it like I can't. I don't remember the exact Bible verse, but it was basically like before focus, like the twig or stick in your brother's eye, look at the lodge in your eye. And that's like I don't want to be hypocritical and try giving advice as this dude who has everything figured out when I don't. I do like shit. So when I try and give advice, I kind of like to relate it back to myself and try and give advice in a sense that I'm also giving advice to myself. So you can take the advice I'm giving to myself and apply it to your life. Um, but that being said, I think something that I'm really grateful um, that I've really implemented in my life is that, or not even implemented in my life, something I'm aware of that's helped me a lot is that 90% of people just don't do enough to stand out. And what I mean by that is people are busy creatures, right? Just by nature of it. So a lot of people just have different stuff they're interested in or doing, or just in unfortunate circumstances that lead them not to be able to do enough in certain areas in life. So once you're in those rooms, like those 90% of people, it's easy to stand out because they're just not as invested as you are, or if you choose to be as invested as you could be, it's so easy to stand out, and there's a lot of stuff you can get from that. So I think the best example for this is think of a classroom, right? In a classroom, in most of your classrooms, 90% of the kids probably don't participate as much, and so with that being said, if you were to decide, like if you were to try and answer at least like 3 questions a day, right, then by the end of that semester or year, that teacher's going to know you at some level. So let's say you need a recommendation letter. You could have been like a B student, right, or maybe a C student, but at least you still have that engagement thing with the teacher, like where you actually participate, and it helps a lot because some teachers just have like classes where no one participates and it becomes awkward. So if you're the one who's constantly participating, now by the end of the semester, you kind of get that relationship where the teacher can say, "Oh, you need a recommendation letter? I can do that for you." Right, and you like it wasn't even that hard for you because you kept getting all the questions wrong, but you just kept on engaging, kept on participating, and now you stood out. So the teacher remembers you, and now you have a better relationship with that teacher. So I think that's something that I even try and forcibly implement in my life, but it's just something I've noticed in my life because I personally I just participate because I like answering questions. There's also a competitive aspect to it, but like of where like you compare who has answered the most questions correctly. In classes where it's like only me participating, it's just more so like it's fun to participate. It also helps me stay awake in class, so in classes, because sometimes I can just get so disengaged really quickly if someone just keeps on talking to me and I can't like give ideas back and forth or something like that. So just another way to help me, but it's something that I've noticed helps me a lot in the end. When it comes to recommendation letters or just teachers remembering me and recommending me for stuff or saying, "Hey, Dallas, blah blah blah, this really cool opportunity." And I think that's something people should try think about more anytime they enter a new environment or space. I know it's definitely helpful to me. I think it could be helpful to anyone in general. But besides that, I have nothing else to say. So have a great day.